When we happen to witness extraordinary and incredible events as spectators, the first thing that comes to mind is to say, "Out of this world." Therefore, another world exists in our imagination, completely different from the world we live in. It is a world different from our own, and of which we know very little about. Perhaps we could only know that such a world exists somewhere very far away, and that unknown distance makes it so vague and undefined in our imagination that we can only believe it to be another world. Reflecting a bit, we could admit that we have a kind of idea within us about the other world, but that idea is barely enough for us to believe that it even exists for real. Who or what made contact possible between our world and that other world of which we know so little about? The ability to navigate the oceans. First, Christopher Columbus's 3 caravels, then Amerigo Vespucci, Magellan, Captain Cook's ship the Endeavour. With the development of trade and the birth of modern industry in the 1800s, oceanic routes multiplied. Christian missionaries from Europe went everywhere they could on board the ocean trading vessels. Those missionaries went to the most distant of islands, islands completely surrounded by ocean. The last archipelagos discovered by the European navigators, Polynesia, Melanesia, Micronesia, islands where the sun is at its highest point of the day when it is midnight in Europe, islands from another world. Perhaps the first voyagers believed that someday those distant islands in the South Pacific would become more accessible, more familiar, but it wasn't so. Those islands continued to be surrounded by an immense ocean believed to be difficult to cross, like in the minds of those who would like to reach those islands but that were, and still are today, believed to be too expensive to reach with the high cost of air travel. If we think of those islands, we can't help but to think of the immense ocean that surrounds them, and for this vague idea we may have of that part of the world, it is called, with another worldly name, Oceania.